1 cup 1 life, production and application, prevention and reversal of the coronavirus. This is the approved revision of this page, as well as being the most recent. 1 cup 1 life, production and application, prevention. Reversal of the coronavirus, not by killing, through depleting it from its energy, as higher field strength gives to the lower field strength, that is the universal law, the more you give the more you receive. Contents. Hide. 1. Production of the 1 cup 1 life. Required equipment. In this picture you can see all the equipment and already prepared materials you need for the assembly of the 1 cup 1 life and the production of the Gans and the plasma water. In the following you will find all materials, pictures, and the necessary steps described in detail. Gas burner, fire, and tongs. 3 connecting wires. Zinc plate, nano-coated copper coil and bare copper coil. Tape an old battery, less energy left. Empty glass, tap water, cooking salt / table salt * and scale. Asterisk if the label lists the presence of iodine in the salt, replace it with the white sea salt that doesn't contain iodine. E535, sodium ferrocyanide, and E536, potassium ferrocyanide, are okay, or even beneficial. In case of emergency, you can use salt that contains iodine. Production of the bare copper coil. For the 2nd cup of life, 2 coils are made from stranded copper wire. One that is used as a bare wire and one that is used for the nano-coating application. Approximate 30 centimeters, 11.8 inches, of wire is needed per coil. Preparation of the copper stranded wire. Stranded wire is characterized by the fact that many small strands together form a wire. See photo. You can find it in the hardware store, at an electrical store, or in an emergency, at home, in the power cables of your hair dryer, radio, television, coffee machine, etc. To do this, simply unplug the power cable from the outlet. Cut the entire electrical cord off of the appliance to use the whole cord. Removing the plastic from the wire. Usually there are 2 or 3 wires in a power cable. The plastic outer sheath must first be removed. There are several ways to do this. If you buy stranded wires separately, this step is not necessary. Variant 1. One way to remove the outer sheath is to have the knife in one hand, place the cable on it and press it with your thumb carefully. With the other hand, as well as with the thumb, you turn the cable and the knife cuts deeper and deeper into the plastic. Once you have reached the inner wires, you can pull the separated plastic part from the inner wires. This is how you proceed step by step until the inner cables are exposed. Variant 2. Another possibility is to place the cable on the table and hold it with one hand. Press the blade at a slight angle and with the other hand simply pull the cable backwards against the cutting direction. This way you take off a part of the plastic and can take the wires out. Everyone has different approaches. With a little bit of trying you will find what way works best for you. Stripping off the plastic around the strands. Now you have exposed 2 or 3 wires, which are also covered with plastic. For these wires it is best to use variant 2 to remove the plastic. Do the same as above, especially with the stranded wire, it might require some practice. Put the knife with the cutting edge back at a slight angle, with a little pressure on the plastic, and pull the wire with the other hand underneath. If you hold the knife too steep, or press too hard, you might cut into the thin strands. If you hold the knife too loosely you might slide up over the plastic and start again at the same place. Don't worry, a few cut through strands are no problem. With some practice, you will get better quickly. Remove the plastic completely. Twisting together the individual strands of the wire. Hold one end of the wire strands in one hand and the other end in the other hand. With your fingers twist the strands together starting on one end and continue to twist all the way to the other end. Make sure you are twisting the strands firmly together and have secured any fine strands that were cut short into the group. Winding of the coil. To wind the coil, take a pencil, or something else round, and hold it together with the end of the wire in one hand. With the other hand, you wrap the wire completely around the pencil. Now tighten both ends of the wire again so that it fits tightly and push the windings together. The coil is ready and can be taken off the pencil. Creating the nano-coated coil. Nano-coating of the wire for the 2nd coil. Before the wire is wound, for the 2nd coil, it must be nano-coated. This requires a gas burner. You turn on the gas and ignite carefully. Hold one end of the wire with pliers. With your other hand, you carefully hold the other end of the wire. Starting with the side held by the pliers, you hold the wire in the fire until it glows red. So be careful, the end of the wire can become hot. Move steadily down the wire to the other end. Each section of the wire, as it passes through the fire, glows red, cools down, and turns black. This black material is the nano-coating. Before it gets too hot, at the other end of the hand, you stop and put the wire on something solid and let it cool down. Each section of the wire has to get black. To do this, you can repeat the process from one side to the other. Remember, the wire must glow red even at the ends. Allow the wire to cool down, then proceed to the next step. If you have already used a nano-coated coil for the production of Gans, do not recoat it again. Always use fresh, bare copper wire for nano-coating. Please never cut a nano-coated wire. Winding of the nano-coated coil. The nano-coated coil is winded on a pencil like the bare coil. Preparing the zinc plate. Use only pure zinc for the zinc plate, or wire. Don't use galvanized iron, or chicken wire. You can get it in the hardware store, at the plumber, or in an emergency from the roof of a house, or from a battery. The cover of batteries is often made of zinc, but this depends on which continent or country you live in. You can test the cover with a magnet. If the magnet sticks, it is not zinc. When the zinc plate is ready, it is bent at the top to hang it on the edge of the glass later. Link, where to find zinc in your home. Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, March 11, 2020. https://u2.be/70misjq-dpg?T=180. 1. Keep all the components of your batteries and do not throw anything away from your batteries. Mr. Keshe will explain soon in the following teachings how to apply everything about the batteries. Source: how to extract zinc plate from battery. https://u2.be/nsd8df_EYGC. Preparing 3 connection wires. For connecting the zinc plate, the bare copper coil, and the nano-coated copper coil with a used battery, 3 connection wires are needed. For these connections, stranded wires or a single solid, pure copper wire can be used. Cut the wires in 30 cm pieces. Strip off the plastic 2 to 5 cm on each end of each wire. You will need one end of one wire to be stripped a little longer to connect the wider area of the zinc plate. See visualization in following pictures in connecting the zinc plate. Connecting the bare copper coil and zinc plate. Connecting the bare copper coil. To connect the bare copper coil to the connecting wire, simply twist the ends of the wires together. Connecting the zinc plate. To connect the zinc plate with the connecting cable, use the longer stripped part of the connecting wire. Wrap it around the zinc plate as shown on the pictures and twist the copper wire firmly together. Connecting the 2 connecting wires together. Twist the 2 connecting wires from the copper coil and zinc plate at the opposite end together. Creating the copper bridge and connecting the nano-coated copper coil. A copper bridge is required to suspend the nano-coated copper coil in the middle of the glass. To do this, you bend a single strand of copper wire into a bridge, so that it fits on the glass as shown in the picture. Next, attach by winding tightly the end of the nano-coated copper coil to the middle of the bridge. One end of the third stripped wire is attached by winding to one of the sides of the bridge. It is also possible to use plastic or wood as a bridge. In this case, the end of the connecting wire is connected directly to the nano-coated coil, as in connecting the bare copper coil, and fixed on the bridge. Placing the coils and zinc on the cup. The nano-coated copper coil wound around the bridge is placed in the middle of the glass. The bare copper coil and the zinc plate are attached to the opposite edge of the glass, facing each other and facing inwards. The connecting wires all face one direction to be connected to the battery. The coils as well as the zinc plate should be at the same height and of the same length and are not allowed to touch each other while in production. Connecting the battery to the connection wires. Use an old battery. The battery is only used to speed up the process of production of the Ganses, but it must be almost empty, so it must contain very little energy. Otherwise it is too strong and delivers not the right result. Instead of using a battery, you can place a copper wire between the connecting wires. It takes only a little bit longer for the production of the Ganses and amino acids. Together the 2 twisted connecting wires of the zinc plate and the bare copper coil are attached to the positive, plus pole of the battery with adhesive tape. The connecting wire from the nano-coated coil is connected to the negative pole of the battery. The end of the battery with the knob is the positive pole and the flat end of the battery is the negative pole. Connect the connecting wires tightly and firmly to the poles of the battery. Please elevate your battery, or the copper wire between the connecting wires above your cup, example pictures below. Example, elevating the battery above the 1 cup 1 life. Copper wire connected between the 2 connecting wires. Example, elevating the copper wire connected with the connecting wires above the 1 cup 1 life. Creating the 15% salt water mixture is 150 grams per 1 liter clean water. Create a 15% salt water mixture and empty it in the cup. The copper coils and the zinc plate, or accordion, should only be a little bit out of the water. Make sure your connection wires don't touch the water. Production of the materials, amino acids and Gans. You will see soon bubbles rising to the surface. That is the starting process of your 1 cup 1 life that will form simultaneously your amino acids, which is the fatty looking layer floating on the surface of the water, and also the Gans at the bottom of your cup will be created. From left to right, nano-coated wire with bubbles, amino acids, Gans. Different cups 1 cup 1 life producing Gans. Preparing the materials for the first harvest of amino acids, Gans, and plasma water. Materials needed to extract the Gans from the 1 cup 1 life. Syringe, plastic spoon, a set of 3 glass jars and reserve bottles, straw, tape, plant spray bottle or small spray bottle. Avoid using any metals in and around your Ganses, amino acids, and plasma water. Don't use metal spoons and remove metal lids from your glass jars or any metal in any shape or form. Before you start, join the syringe and straw with a tape. First application, how to remove first the amino acids from the 1 cup 1 life before removing the Gans. Method. With a plastic spoon, gently remove the amino acids that are floating on the top. These are a fatty looking layers floating on the surface of your 1 cup 1 life. Place these amino acids in your first glass jar to keep for further application. 1 cup 1 life and first glass jar. In case of emergency, second application of the amino acids. The amino acids can also be applied as a source of nutrition. Simply dip your finger in the top layer of the amino acids, 1 sort twice a day, and put it in your mouth. As 1 dip with your finger in the amino acids replaces 1 full meal. Applicable for all living beings, animals. The amino acids can still be present in the 1 cup 1 life or saved and put in the first glass jar. Note, this application is only applied in case of starvation and shortage of food or nutrition. Start replacing 1 meal with 1 dip of 1 finger in the amino acids for your body to get used to the reduction of food. Removing the Gans from the 1 cup 1 life. First, method of extraction. Apply the straw to the syringe by taping. Use the syringe to extract the Gans at the bottom of your 1 cup 1 life. The extracted Gans taken up by the syringe, and present in the syringe, is put in your second glass jar. Or second method of extraction. In case you have no syringe, you gently empty your 1 cup 1 life completely in the second glass jar and wait until your Gans settles completely at the bottom and the water above the Gans is clear. Now you pour only the clear salty water back into your 1 cup 1 life, leaving the Gans behind. Now add extra salt water to your 1 cup 1 life to reach the original level, so that it continues producing Gans. 1 cup 1 life and second glass jar. Washing of your Gans. First washing of your Gans. Add clean water to your second glass jar where the Gans you just extracted is present. Let the Gans settle to the bottom of the second jar until you have clear plasma water above the Gans. Second glass jar. You can save this salty water into an extra reserve bottle. One use for the extra salty plasma water is to put it into your washing machine. This salty water can also be placed around the house in open jars to deplete any virus present in the room. You need to refresh this jar every day and dispose of this salty plasma water into the toilet, or any other safe disposal, as it might contain the energy from the depleted virus. Second washing of your Gans. Add clean water to your second glass jar where the Gans you just extracted is present. Let the Gans settle to the bottom of the second jar until you have clear plasma water above the Gans. Second glass jar. You can save this salty water into an extra reserve bottle. One use for the extra salty plasma water is to put it into your washing machine. This salty water can also be placed around the house in open jars to deplete any virus present in the room. You need to refresh this jar every day and dispose of this salty plasma water into the toilet, or any other safe disposal, as it might contain the energy from the depleted virus. Third, washing of your Gans. Add clean water to your second glass jar where the Gans you just extracted is present. Let the Gans settle to the bottom of the second jar until you have clear plasma water above the Gans. Second glass jar. You can save this salty water into an extra reserve bottle. One use for the extra salty plasma water is to put it into your washing machine, or washing the floor. This salty water can also be placed around the house in open jars to deplete any virus present in the room. You need to refresh this jar every day and dispose of this salty plasma water into the toilet, or any other safe disposal, as it might contain the energy from the depleted virus. Fifth, washing of your Gans in case there is any salt residual left in your plasma water. Add clean water to your second glass jar where the Gans you just extracted is present. Let the Gans settle to the bottom of the second jar until you have clear plasma water above the Gans. Second glass jar. Carefully dispose of this salty water in the toilet and flush well, making the plasma water ready to be applied. Repeat this process of washing until all the salt is removed from your second jar. Test. Dip your finger in the water after every wash, and if the water no longer tastes salty, the process is finished. Now you can add a spoon of your saved amino acids to your plasma water containing the Gans. Stir it with non-metallic spoon, plastic, or glass rod, or shake it with a closed lid made out of plastic. You shake it and you let the Gans settle down until you have only clean plasma water on the top. Second glass jar. This plasma water is ready to be applied. This gives your plasma water the extra field strength through the adding of the field strength of the amino acids as explained by M.T.Keshe. The field strength of the Gans is continuously transferred to the water. Advice: keep a ready-made room temperature solution of 15% salinity nearby, 1 liter of clean water with 150 grams of normal table salt. This salty water can be used to top up your 1 cup 1 life or multiple cups, even your twin cups. Working with several cups of 1 cup 1 life and twin cups. You can harvest fresh Ganses from your 5 individual 1 cup 1 life and from your twin cups. These Ganses do not get washed yet. Mix these into your third glass jar. When you have enough Ganses collected, repeat the washing process as in example 1/2/3/4, as explained above, until you have no salt present in your third glass jar. You can keep collecting your amino acids from all your 1 cup 1 life cups and twin cups. Save them for later in your first glass jar as explained above. How to apply in a safe manner your plasma water and Ganses from your 1 cup 1 life or your twin cups. The Gans needs to be always at the bottom of your bottle or any other container as visible in these images. You only take the clean water above the Gans. That is your plasma water from your 1 cup 1 life second jar. Same process for your 1 cup 1 life twin cups. Never use any of your Ganses from any of your 1 cup 1 life or any Gans production, or any of your twin cups. Do not eat, drink, or touch Gans. The field strength is too high to consume as explained by M.T.Keshe in the teachings. Different ways of storing of the plasma waters, Ganses, amino acids. Keep them in glass or plastic jars and always keep away from any metals. Different applications of plasma water. Uses: spray bottle, pocket spray bottle, portable humidifier. Portable humidifier. Last rinse of your wash applied in your fabric softener compartment of your washing machine. Water dispenser. Preventive plasma water application of the 1 cup 1 life or your twin cups. Repeat this process before bedtime and when you get up in the morning. Wet your head, not completely. Spray your front chest and the back. Spray your throat and neck. Wash your face and your nostrils. Wash your hands. Take a full bath of what you spray from top to toe. Spray your clothing every time before you leave the house and before entering the house. Start using if you have the back door of your home. For people in apartments, spray the elevator or stairs and use gloves to press the buttons. Spray your shoes and use the same shoes to go in and out. Spray your shoes inside and outside. If possible, apply a humidifier at all times at the front door and back door, containing only pure plasma water from the 1 Cup 1 Life or from your twin cups. Spray your door handles, curtains, and carpets. Drink 300 and up to 500 milliliters plasma water in little sips during the period of 24 hours. Inhale the field strength above of the plasma water through a Hubble bubble, breathing cup, without metal present in the Hubble bubble, or create and use a self-made plastic system. Repeat the inhalation process for a minimum of 3 times a day for the duration of 10 to 15 minutes each time. Use the same applications for all animals, as animals are exposed the same as humans to this virus. This application stands for all creatures that have blood running through their veins. Advice: on advice of M.T.Keshe, create per family 5 individual 1 Cup 1 Life cups, as each cup carries its own field strength to support and protect you and your family in depleting the virus from its field strength. Keep the cups with a minimum distance of 1 meter apart, preferably in the corner of each room or in different rooms if possible, so that the fields of each cup do not interfere with each other, and best position is in front of the window. Mix the plasma waters and the Ganses from all your cups and amino acids together and apply as explained above. Through the application of the plasma waters from the multiple 1 Cup 1 Life and twin cups present in your home, you are creating a high field strength as a prevention against the coronavirus. Additional information. Keshe Foundation Plasma Technology resolves the African swine fever problem in China. Involve every family member in the process. Spray the plasma water of the 1 Cup 1 Life on the door handles. Spray the plasma water of the 1 Cup 1 Life on the beds, tables, walls, car, curtains, clothing, shoes, and winter covers like gloves and hats. Spray all other objects like plastic curtains in the bathrooms, separation curtains in hospitals at risk of infection with plasma water 1 Cup 1 Life. Spray your mobile phone, computer, wallet, money, keys, and anything that is touched regularly. Your indoor pets as well as the outside animals receive the same application of the plasma waters 1 Cup 1 Life. They receive the drinking water and spraying of their bodies and sleeping places from the finished plasma water from the 1 Cup 1 Life. Place several glass jars with the plasma salt water around the house, preferably in every single room. They absorb the field strengths of the virus in these cups and deplete the virus from the environment. The glass jars have to be refilled every day with fresh plasma salt water, and the old plasma water has to be disposed of in the toilets and flushed through fast. Advice: on advice of M.T.Keshe, place the 1 Cup 1 Life twin cups that are in production around the house, and if possible you place one in every single room. They deplete the field strengths of the virus in that environment. Place them in front of the window, or they can be in your bedroom. All the 1 Cup 1 Life twin cups that are in production should not be placed next to each other. You have to create sufficient enough space between the cups, so that your production stay optimal and stops all interference of the field strength, so that you create correct Ganses in your cups. Application in case of infection. Apply in a spray the ready washed plasma water of the 1 Cup 1 Life every hour. On your chest, front and back. Wet your face. Wash your hands. Wash your head, not completely wet. Drink with a 15 to 30 minute interval 50 milliliters, up to 700 milliliters a day. Inhale 1 to 2 times per hour 10 to 15 minutes at a time. Wash regularly hands and nostrils. Spray the clothes and bedding regularly. Spray the door handles and other objects like plastic curtains in the bathrooms at risk of infection with plasma water 1 Cup 1 Life. Additional protection for the caretakers and caring family members. Before any person entering and leaving the room of an infected person, use the following procedure. Use a mask. Wet your head, not completely. Spray your front chest and the back. Spray your throat and neck. Wash your face and your nostrils. You wash your hands. And drink 20 milliliters of plasma water. Additional information. How to use a mask. When using a mask, never touch it directly and always put it on and take it off at the rubber bands. Before you take off the mask, spray it with your plasma water, 1 cup 1 life. Wait 3 minutes before removing. To clean the mask, put it in a bowl with plasma water 1 cup 1 life for 10 to 15 minutes. After drying, you can use the mask again. It is good if you put the cleaned mask back on in a slightly moist state. Avoid shaking hands with other people and don't apply the normal welcome kisses and hugging. Different additional information. Nano-coating explanation. When nano-coating with fire, wind the coil after making your coating. In this way you create the space gaps required. As explained in the different Thursday teachings of M.T.Keshe, the nano-coating can also be done with NaOH, caustic soda method. For the 1 cup 1 life nano-coating you don't need to use chicken mesh. Here is the guide on how to nano-coat with NaOH, https://en.kfwiki.org/wiki/category:nano-coating. If you have already used a nano-coated coil for the production of Gans, do not recoat it again. Always use a fresh, bare copper wire for nano-coating. Application with battery or without. Only a nearly flat battery is used to speed up the process of production of the Ganses. Instead of using a battery, you can place a copper wire between the connections. Understanding the soul. Knowledge seekers, please be advised, all CH3 Gans must be removed from your environment. Advise, dispose of your CH3 Gans and plasma water. Flush it down the toilet please. Dispose all your containers and plates. You don't want CH3 to feed the virus. Stop any experimental Gans production. Understanding the soul of the 1 cup 1 life. You never need to dismantle your 1 cup 1 life. Respect the soul you have created. Link, understanding the soul of the 1 cup 1 life. How to produce amino acids when your cup is not producing sufficient enough. You place your 1 cup 1 life next to an open window or place it outside for a couple of hours. You also can place the already finished plasma water with the Gans present, outside without a cover or near the window. It might take some time, but it will produce amino acids. Useful tips. You can add on top of each metal plate like your zinc or copper or nano-coated, a new zinc plate or a new nano-coated copper plate or a new copper plate. It doesn't need to be big. Make sure it touches the original plate or the wires. Make sure that your salt water solution is always at 150 grams of salt per 1 liter of clean water. Check on regular basis that your battery is not fully flat, only to be replaced with an already used battery. In case of real emergency, you can use salt water direct from the sea to have your salt solution. Not a single 1 cup 1 life in production should be covered, nor your twin cups. Additional information, as it is summertime coming, if you have a swimming pool, you can create an extra field of protection. Start adding your plasma salt water and plasma water in your swimming pool and you can swim in the water. Try to reduce as much as possible adding of the chlorine tablets. New, twin cup of 1 cup 1 life. The applications are identical to the first 1 cup 1 life. M.T.Keshe has added the blueprint of the twin 1 cup 1 life in the 318th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, https://udo.be/gkkcqqzfjso. Mr. Keshe explained why the application of the 1 cup 1 life works for this coronavirus epidemic. The field strength of the Gans is continuously transferred to the water. The field strength of the plasma water depletes the energy from the virus from its stronger field strength. It incapacitates the virus, because it depletes the virus of its field strength. Important. Protect and check. Do the nose and breath test. Pinch your nose with your fingers and hold your breath for 10 seconds every morning. If you don't cough within the 10 seconds and if you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, you are okay. Start testing this 3 times a day. Spray the whole body with the plasma water of the 1 cup 1 life. If you feel any pain or any pressure that is uncomfortable, please be alerted that you might be infected. Test yourself. Other signs to look for. Cold sweats, feeling feverish, but no actual fever present. Bad headache. Pressure and severe pain felt when you spray with the plasma water from the 1 cup 1 life in the following areas: head, neck, chest, kidneys, stomach, ovaries, womb, testicles, prostate, knees, and toes. Your first reaction will be a severe headache, severe swollen tongue, difficulty breathing and swallowing food, loss of appetite, and always wanting to sleep. Most people don't show signs of fever anymore. Be on high alert. These are the signs of coronavirus infection. Check for extra signs like pains in the femurs, kidneys, knees, and toes. If any of these symptoms are present, please let us know in our available channels at the end of this document. Links for help. You will find help in the following international Telegram language groups: Keshe One World Family, https://t.me/joinchat/i2ksvdb70jcdr_3qsugq. Established language groups on Telegram: Portuguese, Farsi, Italian, German, Nordic, Maltese, Netherlands, Canadian, French, Romanian, Spanish. Keshe One World Family. More will follow as you are applying for it. First edition video of the 1 cup 1 life created for the emergency relief in China. https://megadot and /number sign f!/hqqcq/siflk@7x5ffssnmg. Final words. Keep strictly to the above described applications to prevent and in case of any infection. In case of any infection, please contact the www.keshefoundation.org webmaster or try to find the Universal Council language member, Universal Council support member, or the nearest knowledge seeker. Collect as much data possible on your observations and freely share your knowledge. Come and share your knowledge in the public testimonials, public meeting for testimonials. Be careful and cautious. As it is mentioned above about the 1 cup 1 life, the complete information will be added in the near future. On M.T.Keshe request, as you receive the knowledge about the 1 cup 1 life, please pass it on and teach 10 more people about the 1 cup 1 life. Request from those you teach, that they teach 10 more people and promise to receive this gift freely and give this gift freely. We are here to serve and not to be served. We request freely for you to sign the World Peace Treaty. This page and information was updated March 22, 2020. Category: 1 cup 1 life, antivirus cup of life. Navigation menu. Login. Request account. Page. Discussion. Read. View source. View history. Main page. Recent changes. Random page.